On April 26, Back to Space ambassadors MaryJane and Clement Whitaker had the incredible opportunity to travel to the American Space Museum and sit down with legendary NASA patch artist Tim Gagnon.
Do you mind if we see the art that you've done?
Sure. 1973, for the Skylab rescue mission, I came up with a couple of designs. Now, you have to understand the context. One is like a fun patch, and one is like a mission patch. I didn't think they were going to really consider the fun patch, and I hadn't seen this stuff since 1973. I ran into Vance Brand and his wife at Space Fest in 2017, and I said, "You have no reason to remember this, but in 1973, I wrote to you about the Skylab rescue mission." Mm-hmm. Okay. And I was just wondering if you still had the art, because I hadn't seen it in all those years. Uh-huh. His wife goes, "I know exactly where that stuff is."
Oh, that's so cool.
It turns out that they store stuff very well. It was in a box up in the attic or someplace, and they waited for their son to come over to the house and go up there and get it, because, Vance Brand is in his 80s.
Yeah.
And on my birthday in 2017, they returned the artwork.
No way. That's so cool.
Wow.
That is really cool. And that's just done with like colored pencils?
That's crayon. That's
oh
Crayola.
My goodness. That's really cool.
I think this needs to be displayed.
Sally Ride.
So in 2018, I had some patches made. AB Emblem actually carries them on their website of the Skylab rescue mission as part of their Skylab set. And so, I couldn't believe they saved it. I got it 44 years after I mailed it.
That's so cool.
And I don't even remember the paper I used. So that was clearly a not cardboard, but construction paper scrapbook of paper that I drew on, and it survived.
That's so cool.
It could have, after the mission was canceled in September, they could have tossed it.
Yeah.
Why would they keep it? He kept it.
That's really cool.
And so the Apollo 14 backup crew, because astronauts have a sense of humor. The Apollo 14 backup crew did a patch, and they were the only backup crew to do so in the Apollo program. And it showed the Roadrunner on the moon and the Coyote representing the prime crew of Alan Shepard, who is like 47 years old. Yeah. So the Coyote has a gray beard. He has a bit of a paunchy belly, and that's for Ed Mitchell. And of course, he's got red hair, and that's for Stu Rusa. And the Coyote is going after the Roadrunner, and the Roadrunner is, holding a sign on the moon with beep beep. And they had stickers made up, they had patches made up and everything, and they checked out the Apollo 14 command module before the crew got in it. So they put patches everywhere.
Oh, no.
You open up a locker to get something to eat, there's a patch.
That's
and
awesome.
Alan Shepard is quoted as saying, "Beep beep your ass." Gene Cernan was the commander of the backup crew with Joe Engel and Ron Evans. Mm-hmm. And there was a good joke played there. So in the Skylab program, I said, okay, this is a rescue mission. Mm-hmm. Well, Superman rescued
there we go.
the Skylab crew.
That's pretty awesome.
I'm sure DC Comics would have had something to say about using their symbol.
Yeah.
For NASA.
But,
But that's pretty cool. Superman.
So this is what, 1993?
1973.
Oh, 73. So you submitted them at the same time?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you got to send
Same
more
notebook.
than one design.
That's really
Now,
cool.
I have no reasonable expectation to think that they would have chosen this one, but they may have had fun with it.
Okay.
So
printed a couple up.
Slip in. You never know.
Slip in a few pockets.
Sure.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, the fact that that artwork survived is amazing to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
For sure.
So, do you have any other demos of other artwork you've done?
Yeah, let me. During the shuttle program, we graduated to a cut and paste, and not the way you think. I drew the background in with magic markers and ink
Okay.
and so forth. But the letters are
Oh, cool.
Helvetica letters that you get at Staples. And I put them on there and I traced them out so that
Okay.
they wouldn't be there. But you see all of the other illustrations this was something I created a long time ago. This was a photograph from a magazine, and this was copied from an existing patch. And then I would glue them onto the background.
That's so
And
cool.
that was a shuttle commemorative that I did, I believe, in 2009, 2010, representing the entire program. The 2 gold stars are for the Challenger and the Columbia mission that were lost.
Okay.
And
Oh, so
that
all the
each
stars
star-
represent a mission.
every star
That
represents
is
a
so
mission.
cool.
Okay.
And that drawing became that patch.
That is so cool.
Wow.
Show that to camera.
That is.
That's
What are
really
they-
Now
cool.
that patch has already been redesigned because I had borrowed symbols for that patch. Well, the new design has parts of my shuttle mission patches and my
Okay.
space station
Oh,
mission
that's so
patches,
cool.
so that the symbolism is more near and dear to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's really cool.
What do these blue stars represent at the
Those
bottom?
are the flights of the orbiter Enterprise.
Oh,
Enterprise was that vehicle was not designed to fly in space. So the Star Trek fans were a little bit too much in a hurry to get a ship named after. Enterprise was supposed to be named Constitution
Okay.
because it was unveiled to the world on September 17th, 1976, which was the bicentennial year of the United States. And September 17th, which happens to be my birthday,
Oh, well,
is
there you go.
Constitution Day.
Okay.
So that was supposed to be the OV 101 Constitution.
Trekkie's got in the way.
Trekkie's gotten away, and I appreciate they
Yeah.
lost their show. The first movie hadn't come out yet,
Yeah.
and I get their passion. But if they had waited for the second vehicle, then Columbia would have been Enterprise.
Wow.
Of course, Columbia would have been lost,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
that was for the flights that Enterprise made in the atmosphere, the approach and landing test program.
Thank you so much for letting
Yeah.
us interview you. It's
My
been a
pleasure. Glad to do it.
Yeah.
Now, one final surprise,
Ooh.
because this one has just been completed, and this is a full-scale print, because I have to know how big everything is going to be.
Okay.
For the 50th anniversary of Apollo 11,
Oh yeah.
I created
Oh cool.
Oh,
this.
wow.
It celebrates not only President Kennedy's challenge, he made the challenge after Alan Shepard flew on Freedom
Okay.
7, and his last mission that he saw was
Okay.
Gordon Cooper's flight of Faith 7 that
Okay.
lasted for 33 hours. And then he was assassinated. So that represents the beginning of the manned space program and President Kennedy's challenge. And then we move on to Gemini 3's launch, Ed White's spacewalk, the rendezvous of 7 and 6, the docking on Gemini 8, and then the final accomplished everything.
Yeah.
Gemini 12 had a successful spacewalk, successful rendezvous and docking. So they kind of checked off all the necessary things for the Gemini program to
Okay.
move into Apollo. Then Apollo 1, I just took that imagery from their patch.
Okay.
And then we move up to Apollo program of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11's launch, 11's landing, the first footsteps, and return the man safely to Earth.
That is so
Okay.
cool.
So if this, and this is not a sure thing by any means, if this patch gets made, this is a 4.5-inch patch, which is about standard for
Okay.
mission patches. But this thing is almost 2 feet square.
Yeah.
So nobody's going to wear it on a jacket.
Yeah.
This is going to have to,
Unless you put it on the back.
yeah, not even there. I don't know if it would fit. So it may not be commercially viable for a
Okay.
patch company to do it, but I had to try.
Yeah.
So
that is-
even if it's only a print that people can collect, I still got to create the artwork.
yeah,
that
that is
is
so
amazing.
cool.
I love the symbolism of the American flag in the center, and
Mm-hmm.
the Earth in the background is like an
Yeah.
homage to the Earth.
And then just the
photo.
descent stage of
Yeah.
the LEM. Now, artistic license,
Yeah.
that flag has been bleached white years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
And the Apollo 11 flag fell over when
Yeah.
they launched. So, but you know,
You know.
you can't pass the 50th anniversary of Apollo 11
Without
without
No.
something.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, I was 12 years old when Apollo 11 flew. My grandson's 12 years old this year.
Oh,
Wow.
that's so
Yeah.
cool.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
That's,
let's show the camera. That's amazing. We've got the Gemini missions going the inner ring, and then the Apollo missions on the outer ring. That's really cool. Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for
My
letting
pleasure.
us see
That is
a sneak
incredible. Yeah,
preview
thank
and interview you. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure for me.
yeah.
I look forward to
Apollo 15.
more successes
Apollo
from
15.
you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks so much for watching. You can see more interviews on our channel, such as the one with Charlie Duke and Jim Bridenstine. Please subscribe to stay updated on all of our fun space-related content, and give us a comment about a fact you learned about Tim Gagnon.